If you're not in the US or Canada, then you cannot access Sora 2. But I'm going to show you how you can do that from anywhere in the world. And we are also going to compare it against VO3. So if you're not from the US or Canada, there are only two options to use Sora. One is that you use a VPN and just bypass the whole network. The second option is that you start using the API. And if you have been following my videos, then you know how exactly you should do that, because APIs will make your life easier. And today's video will focus on n8n, how I build those two workflows. One is simple with VO3 and the second one is with Sora 2. If you don't know how to use n8n, there is a whole series that I created where I teach people how exactly you can build your own n8n setup from scratch. After that, I have also created videos explaining how these nodes work, how you connect these, how to bring in APIs from OpenAI, Perplexity, and other tools and platforms. So please go ahead, check those out. Else, I'll just assume that you already understand at least the basics of n8n. So before we jump into creating our workflow, let's go through OpenAI and how exactly you can access the documentation for building your own workflow using Sora 2. We will do the same with VO3 as well, but with VO3, it's very straightforward, unlike OpenAI. So once you are at platform.openai.com, this is the screen that you will come across. On the top right corner, you will see an API reference doc. If you click on it, it will take you to the whole references of all the APIs and other documentation. If you go towards the left and go down, click on the videos, you will see a create video. This create video is for Sora 2. As you can see in the curl request on the right, the model is Sora 2 by default. So I'm going to tell you how to use this curl request to create your own videos. And while you are prompting Sora 2, you can also play around with the prompt function, input reference, model, second, size, and other things. I'll tell you other parts of this page, which is your retrieve video, delete video, retrieve video content and stuff, as and when we walk through the workflow. Now on n8n, the first thing that you have to do is that you need to add a trigger node, which is chat for this demo purpose. So we'll just use the chat message, and we will use the same chat message for Gemini's VO3 and also Sora 2. So after that, first we will do VO3 because it's very straightforward. You just have to click on search node, add Gemini node, and within Gemini, if you go down, you will find this generate a video action. So if you just click on it, to add the account, what you have to do is create a new credential if you haven't already. I already did a video where I walked through how you can connect your Google account with n8n, a step-by-step guide. If you haven't checked it out, please go check it out, because there you will know how exactly you can link it using OAuth. For this quick demo, I'm not going to do that. So if you don't know how to do that, please refer to that video. If you already have connected it, all you have to do is just click on generate a video resource. These things are fine, but in the model list, you select a view. And for this demo, I'm just going to use a fast generate preview. Here, the prompt will come from my chat. So I'll just leave it as it is for now. All right, so this is for VO3. It's very straightforward, as you can see. All you have to do is just pick the model, select VO3, and you are done. All right, so now what we have to do is we need to create a workflow for Sora 2. It's not as simple as Gemini's VO3, because you cannot just bring in your OpenAI node and ask it to generate the video. You will need to use the API and API docs to create this workflow using HTTP request. So first thing first, we need to add HTTP request node here. Within the HTTP request, to fill these fields, you will have to go back to the API reference docs which you just talked about. So within that, you will find this create a video, this section. In that, you go to curl CURL, copy this whole thing, go back to your workflow, click on this button called import CURL, import curl, paste it there, and import. After that, you will see a lot of things here, which is your authorization, send body, and a lot of other things. However, you'll need to make a few changes because things were not working out for me. So I just had to tweak a few things. The first thing that I tweaked was this name authorization. I deleted that one. Instead of this authorization, what I'm going to do is click on this authentication. Instead of none, click on generic credential type. After that, you'll have generic auth type. Select a bearer auth. In the bearer auth, you will be given an option to add your bearer auth account. Here, I have already linked it here, but what you can do is just create a new credential. Go back to API reference docs. If you go back to dashboard and the API keys on the left side, here you can just create a new secret key. Click on create new secret key, name it something, and just done. So once you get that key from here, paste it in the bearer token. As soon as you paste this in the bearer token, just click on save and you'll be good to go. That was the first thing. And the second thing that you have to do is, we don't need this anymore, so just remove it. So we don't need headers. Remove, deselect, send headers. In the body content type, that's form URL encoded. We are not using this. We are not using any form. So we can change it to JSON. Okay. In the JSON now, you have two things. Model Sora 2. You can change it. We don't want to change anything because we want to use Sora 2. By default, it uses Sora 2. So you can just delete this as well. So the only thing that you need is this prompt. And in the value, the prompt value, this is where the chat input will come into play. Now, in order to fetch the prompt in here, what I have to do is, first of all, I disconnect these two so that it doesn't push the message into these nodes. And then I click on open chat and I create a prompt to create a video. So the prompt here says, a young woman walks barefoot along a quiet beach at sunrise. Soft golden light reflects off the water as gentle waves roll in. The camera slowly follows her from behind as she walks near the shoreline. The atmosphere feels peaceful and cinematic. This is my prompt for both of them, and we'll compare this prompt against what's the output. So when I click on send, nothing happens here. I just want this so that you can start seeing incoming messages, incoming JSON object. So the next thing that I will do is just pin this one so that the prompt, it stays here as it is. So I connected it at both places. So what happens is, now in the prompt, I can just drag this chat input and drop it here. I could have typed json.chat input as well, but now you can see the prompt is showing up here. Similarly, exactly, I'm going to drag this chat input and put it in the value. There are some other things that you can do here as well. For example, I told you about it, right? So if you go back to API reference, create video, here you can also pick a different model, seconds, how many seconds you want this model to produce a video for. So for example, the default is 4 seconds. Size, what's the size, width, height, 720 by 1280 is the default here. And also input reference. So you can also upload an image of yourself, your products, or anything. So these are all the things that it will respond with, which is your video ID. The object is video, model, status, created at, size, seconds, and quality. We don't need all of these for this demo. We are just keeping it simple for now. I just wanted to show you how you can do it, but there are other options as well. The thing is, I just showed you, right? The output will only give you an ID. It will not give you an MP4 to download. So what you have to do is two more things. One is, if you go down, what you have to do is that you have to add a retrieve video. What this will do is that it will retrieve the video status if it's ready or not, if it's ready to be downloaded. And after that, you'll have to add another one, which is retrieve video content. There, once you do pull this retrieve video content, that's when it will download the video for you. So unfortunately, you have to put 3 nodes back to back, unlike Gemini, where you just have to put one single node in there. So we will do that step. It's not very complicated, to be honest, but it's just additional steps. So what we can do now is that if we go back to retrieve video, this get URL, I'm just going to copy this URL. I just copied this, and after that, I will add it here, another HTTPS node, HTTP request, sorry, not HTTPS. I'll paste it here, videos, video ID. In the video ID, you have to replace this video ID with incoming video ID from the last node. Since we haven't executed the workflow yet, so we don't have it, you can just press it manually, type it manually, which is your double curly braces, $JSON.id. All right, so as soon as you execute the previous node, the video ID will be fetched automatically here. One more thing that you have to do here is that before you execute get status, you put a wait node as well, because the video generation, it takes some time, so it's good to wait for 5 to 10 seconds. I'm just going to keep it at 5 for now, so it will wait for 5 seconds before sending another request. Let me rename so that it's clear for everyone. Rename it to video generation request, and the second HTTP node is check status. Now after check status, I will receive an output, which is if the status is successful or completed or something like that. So what I need to do here is I need to add another node, which is if node, because I need to see if the output of the get status node is completed or not. Completed means that the video is ready. So from the previous node, double curly braces @ JSON dot status. So this is the JSON object that we'll receive. The status should be completed. So this will check status. Now, if it's true, if it's completed, then we need to add another HTTP request. And this HTTP request is coming from retrieve video content. All right, so this will download the video for you. So I'm just going to copy this one and again paste it here. Now what goes inside this video ID again is the video ID, which was coming from the first node or from the last node. All you have to do is just replace that with the JSON ID that we did exactly like the way that we did right last time, which is your curly braces $JSON.id. done. And also let's rename this one, which is download video. So this is the download video node, which is if the status is complete, the video creation is complete. If not, if it's false, we will loop it back to wait node. So now it's very straightforward. We have a prompt, which is a young woman walks barefoot along a quiet beach. I told you about this one. It will go to Gemini VO3, and then it will also go to Sora 2. There we have 3 steps. One is video generation. We will send a query, a prompt to OpenAI through this API. We wait for 5 seconds, check status. If the video is complete, the generation is complete, then we download the video. If not, it will just repeat. It might take up to a minute, we don't know. So we are just going to execute this whole workflow at once and see and compare which one of these generated a better video. All right, so I'm just going to press on execute workflow and see what happens in the end. Okay, I did not realize that when you click on chat and if it's connected to 2 flows, it will only go to the first one. You can connect this back to Sora 2, but this is not the way it works. It does not work parallelly. So as soon as it was done here with generate video, the Sora 2 started working. So authorization failed. Oh, you know what? We made a mistake because we did not give it the generic credential type, which was the bearer auth. So keep this in mind. So I think the same thing that I need to do with the third one as well. Authentication, generic credential type, bearer auth, done. So I think we'll have to execute it again. In the meantime, let's just look at the Gemini's production, whatever VO3 produced. There was a small glitch. Did you see? There was a small glitch in the way that she was walking. Let me just play it again. Here it goes. Here it goes. Here. Was that? I thought so. In any case, so this was the video from VO3. Now let's just figure out if it can do Sora as well. So there was this problem that I just told you about, right? The authentication. So keep that in mind. You have to put those bearer authentication every single time. So it's checking. It did not work in 5 seconds. So it's going to check again. It did not work. It's checking again. Okay, while it's waiting for the video generation, I just want to quickly talk to you about the pricing, which is for Sora specifically. Why? Because once you start using it, like for example, we are using Sora 2, we are not using Sora 2 Pro. the cost that you pay, the price that you pay for these two landscape or portrait video is 10 cents per second. So if you are creating a video which is say 1 minute, you will end up spending $1 on that one. Gemini, I think it's 0.15, so it's slightly more expensive than Sora. So keep that in mind. It's not based on tokens, but the seconds. Something went wrong. My browser crashed. I forgot to save the workflow. I lost the whole workflow, so I had to create everything from scratch. Doesn't really matter much because it was not very complicated. Just a warning that it can happen. And this is the workflow I recreated. The good thing is I made it a little bit more beautiful for you so that you can see what exactly is happening here. But yeah, I'll skip through the whole content generation again because this is going to take some time. But yeah, remember, keep pressing the save button, especially if you're in community edition, because things can go wrong. So while we are waiting for Sora 2, let's just see what VO3 produced during my second attempt. Okay, it's exactly the same. Nothing changed. Nothing anything changed. But this time it feels like that she's walking towards the ocean. Earlier she was walking parallel. That's the small difference. Now she's walking in the ocean instead of walking parallel to the ocean. Okay, looks like the download video is now working. Okay, Sora has downloaded the video. Let's just see what this one produced. So these are the two videos produced by both of them. On the left, the horizontal, the landscape one is from VO3. On the right, the portrait one, the vertical video, is from Sora 2. You can see some difference here already if I play both of them. First of all, Sora 2 was shorter. I think this one is 8 seconds. So I was consuming almost $1 for this video. So I consumed $2 to create two videos because my browser crashed. In any case, for Sora 2 app especially, I think it's a good thing to have where people can produce a bunch of videos and maybe go viral on the internet. The other day I was looking at Instagram. I came across this video where there was a Shih Tzu, a small dog, outside of a door, and there was a tornado, and that Shih Tzu, the tornado just flew over somewhere, and there was this Sora 2 watermark somewhere in that video, and people were still asking, oh my god, what happened to the dog? Did it make it? Was he okay in the end? Did he come back? And things like that. And people were explaining, oh, this is a Sora 2 video, it's not real, it's AI. And people are like, what's Sora 2? So that's one problem that we might be facing soon, we will face soon, where people cannot differentiate between Sora or AI generated content versus the human generated content, and this kind of nonsense will fly over. And the problem is that people don't even know what Sora 2 is, and you are giving them Sora 2 content, they will believe it. Oh my god. Anyway, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Okay. So this was the video that I wanted to do for you, where I wanted to compare Sora 2 and VO3, and also to show you that you can access Sora 2 from anywhere in the world. You just need to use the API. So I hope you liked and enjoyed my video. There were some glitches here and there, but we overcame that. It's a part and process of life. So yeah, if you like this video, give me a like. Do subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in our next video. Cheers.